Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I'm working in my studio today. In case you're new to my channel, I'm Lisa. I work from home, I have my own creative business, and I've been meaning to sort this section out. I'll show you in a sec. It's a shelving unit and I keep like papers and bits and pieces there, and it just looks really messy now, and I've been meaning to sort it out for months, and I'm finally going to do it. So this is the space that I want to reorganize, and it's mainly these middle sections. I have got drawers down here which I don't properly use, but it's all this. It just looks really messy now and isn't being used properly anymore. I would love to replace all this nasty furniture with white furniture. I really would. I've had it all for about 15 years now. However, there's nothing wrong with it. One, it seems like a complete waste of money, and two, it's possibly going to end up in landfill. I could kind of like see if somebody like in a local Facebook group wants it, but to be honest, I don't really want somebody coming to the house at the moment. And I've been meaning to paint it white for ages. I did one cupboard and that was really quick, but because I've got all the shelves and it's just going to take ages, you need 2 or 3 coats, and I tend to work 7 days a week, quite often all day and evening as well, and I just don't have that time. I've been meaning to do it, like I said, for months now. Have you ever heard of the saying, progress not perfection? That's what I've got in my head at the moment. I want to sort it, but I haven't got time to perfect it and make it look really like Instagram worthy, but I want it to function better for me. So I'm going to have to get rid of the perfection that's been holding me back from doing this job for months now, and I'm just going to have to do with what I can in the time I can do it. Cherryz contacted me to see if I wanted to place an order. They are like an online Poundland type shop, and I did place a very nice order, and it's hopefully going to improve how this section works, how it functions for me, how it keeps me better organised, and hopefully make it look a little bit prettier. So I'll show you what I ordered. I ordered some stationery as well. They've got these really cute little notepads and they don't cost very much. I did share in a recent video how I turned one of these into a Disney planner for my mum. So if you'd like to see how that was done, and I think the notepad cost me about £1 or £2, I'll link it up in the bit below, in the description below, so you can go and take a look. I also ordered myself some ballpoint pens and some eraser topped pencils, and again these were only £1 or so each. Really cheap and really cute. I ordered myself a new pink spatula. Who doesn't need a pink spatula? The scented candles are really nice as well. I love having a scented candle in here when I work. This one is one of my favourites. It's a trio scent. £3.50 for this great big candle, and it just smells of holiday. It's so good. I love that smell. It's slightly coconutty, a little bit fruity. It says coconut beach, coastal mist and frozen glacier. It's really good. I'm going to burn this actually in here because this box has been sat outside my studio door now since November, and I've been dying to light that candle. I bought myself a mini roller set. I need to paint the door in my room, and I really want to paint the units in here as well. I want to paint my great big desk under my window, and I bought myself a little mini roller set. I thought it was really cute, a couple of quid again, and it will be really handy for the little jobs I want to get done in here. I picked up some masking tape for my paint jobs as well. I also use this for crafting sometimes. It's really good if you want to do some painting but you don't want it over the full area, or if you want to keep your stencils in place. This is really handy. I picked up quite a few bottles of Sephora. I'm using this one in my kitchen at the moment. It's a pink grapefruit and lovely. The warm cinnamon is my absolute favourite, and it's such a strong one as well. I leave my dishcloths in soak in the kitchen sink overnight. Just a little bit of water and a few drops of this, and honestly, even with the kitchen door closed, we have a dog, so we leave the kitchen door closed. I can come down the stairs in the morning with the door closed and I can smell this. It's so clean and warm. I absolutely love this stuff. I use the cloths then to wipe over all my surfaces, my handles, my draining board, my taps. It smells amazing. It's killing all the nasty bugs. And I know that my cloths are clean every morning as well. I love this stuff. I buy quite a lot of wool from Cherryz as well. I really love having wool in my studio. I use it on quite a lot of projects, things like pom-poms, tassels. There's always different things you can make with wool. I love the colours, and again, it's really, really cheap. I also bought myself this. It's an in-sink colander. The idea is it sits on your sink. It's got a little drain there for the water to drain off. You can wash your veg and leave it on the top to drain out. I thought that's such a good idea. I'm quite tempted though to leave it in my studio as a little tray, like a paper tray, because it's quite cute, and again it was only a couple of quid. The things I've been most looking forward to are the cute pink baskets. Again, really, really cheap, and these are what I'm going to work with today. It's desperate for some decent organisation here, so I'm going to clear all this away, clear out the shelves, and we're going to see if we can make it look a bit prettier and better organised. Right, the first thing I'm going to do is remove my lockable drawers and my trimmer. I use this every day, so it's really handy keeping it here. I would eventually like to paint that as well. And the first thing I'm going to do is clean this grubby floor. Floor is clean. Next thing, let's have a reminder. Right, that's going to come off, I think. Oh, let's have a reminder and see what's in these drawers. The top drawer thing is coming off. I need to fix that. And this bottom drawer, it's just organza bags. And I don't even use organza bags anymore. This is all from my previous business, which was a wedding business. So I think it's time to say goodbye to these because I can put this space to much better use. It's no wonder that drawer wouldn't close properly. Look at all these organza bags. There are so many. I don't use them. I'm going to pop them in a bag, and next time we get a charity bag through the door, I'm going to put those in there. I've taken the front of this drawer off. I'm going to get some wood glue on that. And you know, I'd forgotten I had most of this stuff. I've got loads of pom-poms, trimmings, buttons. This is just all spare bits and pieces left over from previous kits. I think the first thing I'm going to do though is clean this off and get some glue on this drawer. The drawers are both empty now. This one is fixed. So I'm actually thinking these are previous kit papers. These could actually live in here, and then stock can go here. That might make more sense. I'm going to take that back. They don't fit in there. So I need to find another way, because otherwise that's a whole waste of a drawer. That is a much better use because they needed both drawers. And I've actually managed to fit them all in one basket. And now if somebody orders papers, I can just flick through and see which papers they want and take them. It's much easier. Do you know, I've got these labels. I used to have a wedding business and I used to keep all my inserts on here. So I can take these off now because these mean nothing anymore. I'm actually wondering if postcards would be a good use for these drawers. I've got two baskets. This one is lots and lots of different paperwork and things, which I haven't looked at in years. And this one is, I found like a mini tripod. I've got some cables, I've got gems, I've got really old craft stuff in here. What's that? A notepad, tags. I've just got a load of random arrows, bits and pieces in here, so I could do with going through this as well. And another basket of bits and pieces, lots of samples and things. I don't want to get sidetracked with these though. There's only so much time I've got, so I'm just going to concentrate on tidying this up. I have a basket here of excess stock from previous kits. So I have a monthly subscription box company, and basically every month I have a themed kit that I send out, and every month I have just random bits and pieces over. Not enough to make up kits, but just a few bits and pieces that are excess. And twice a year I try and make bargain boxes, and all the excess stock or samples and bits and pieces that I've got, I put together almost like Lucky Dip themed boxes and send them out. I've been meaning to do it since January. It's now March. It's really, really time consuming putting together these kits, but a really good way of getting shot of a lot of stuff. And I'm determined to get them done this month. So me going through this is actually not a bad thing because I can see what I've got and finally get those boxes together. If you're interested in bargain boxes and grabbing yourself like a box full of goodies, crafty stuff, I really recommend that you join our free chat group. It's a Lollipop chat group over on Facebook, and I put those kits to sale first. They always sell out really, really fast, and I'll let you know in the group when they're up for sale. I always give the group members first dibs. So this is what I'm now thinking. I've got like a load of Happy Mail. I forgot I've got these. These are really handy to put in orders. I've painted these myself, and I can put a thank you note on the back and include them in orders. In these boxes I keep lollies. I've actually got old candy canes there. They can go somewhere else. These are lollies. In all the kits I include a lollipop. I keep them in those bags just to try and make them look a little bit tidier so they can stay up there. I think next I'm going to empty these. These are like little backing cards that I put when I have my stamps. This is my stamp drawer, so you can see the stamps look like that. And then on the reverse, I always have my own artwork, so they can be reused. You can use that card as well, but that's what they look like in the packaging. So they can come out. My sister bought my dad a globe of Oxford. Dad's from Oxford, he lives in the States. She picked him up that as a joke one year. He didn't have space to take it in his suitcase, so I've ended up with it, but I think that can go in the charity bag as well. I've got writing paper here. This can go in the kits. This is, whoops, the packaging for my headphones. That can live somewhere else. I've got envelopes. And this again is all like card blanks. This was left over from wedding stationery, but I use it when I make card blanks, so I do still use it quite regular. I do need to stock up on my cards. I'm running really low. I can fill that space with the fun stuff. This is like when I add, like last month, I had little embellishments, wooden embellishments. So I do need to place an order, but this was how I visualized using the tray. And then I've also got these little Happy Mail cards. I include these when somebody places an order and there's a discount code on the back with my order details. I've got 2 boxes of those, so they can go, actually I've got 3 boxes of those, so they can go in the tray as well. There's a lot to be said for having a good declutter. It not only declutters your space you're working in, but I also think it declutters your head as well. It's such a nice feeling when it's done. I do think it's important to set time aside to do this kind of thing. It's not like you just give yourself 10 minutes, because it always goes over the time you expect to do, and then it feels stressy, or then you end up not completely finishing the job. So set yourself some time to do this, knowing it's going to take a little bit longer, and it will feel really, really good when it's done. That looks so much neater, and I've got loads of other postcards that can fill this, but I've started taking out the bits and pieces from here. These are all card blanks, and I think we're going to find a new home for those. I will leave the link for Cherryz below if you want to go and check them out. It is like an online Poundland. It's really handy. I've used them quite a few times now, and they literally stock everything from toiletries to stationery to toys to food, you name it, it's on there, and it's really, really reasonably priced. So when I say these are all card blanks left over from wedding stationery, this is basically what I used to make my wedding stationery from. Card blanks are blank cards ready to make your own cards. So they're scored in the center. These ones are slightly sparkly. This one would have been like the size for RSVPs or thank you cards. They're 4x3s, but I've got every single size imaginable. I've got plain, I've got sparkly, you name it, I've got it. So now whenever I want to make a card for somebody, I just use these. I've even got the inserts to go inside, so that like when you have wedding stationery, you wouldn't just print or write on the inside of the card blank. You would actually print on the insert and fold that and stick it in, so it just looks a bit more luxury. So I've got loads of these as well. There's a lot to be said for progress over perfection. How often does it hold you back from doing something because you can't do it perfectly? Like now, I've been wanting to paint these shelves for so many months now, and I don't have the time to do it properly, and I don't want to do a bodge job. So instead, I've been waiting, but I've had all these baskets waiting outside my studio door since November, but I've been wanting to do it long before then, but I just keep waiting for that perfect time, which isn't coming around. But instead, I can let go of the perfection and actually just give it a good organize, a good tidy, a good declutter like what I'm doing today. I can completely improve the system I have, make it look nicer, improve my organization, get rid of a load of stuff that's taking up space that I don't need, and that's progress. I'm making complete progress today. I'm letting go of perfection, but I'm still doing a good job. So try and maybe listen to that sometimes, the words progress over perfection, as I don't know about you, but it does hold me back quite a lot.
Just living off the edge, only good times ahead. So let me put a smile upon your face, maybe make your worries go away. So put your trust.
I have decided to put the small ones in here because I use them the most. That will close nicely. And then my larger ones, I've got a spare shelf up high. They can live up there, and the top two baskets are actually full of envelopes, so that would be quite handy. And this is all blank. These have all come from old kits, and I think they would be quite handy in bargain boxes. And those green lidded tops, that's all full of excess stock as well, and so is all of that. It's all papers and postcards. I'm just going through this pile here. I have loads of old stickers. Part of the pile down here, some of it can just go in the bin. The stickers I use all the time when I'm labeling up orders, so they would be quite handy in the trays here. Starting to come together quite nicely now. I've got card blanks. I'm going to use this for bits and pieces like the fans in the summer, my headphone bits, the tripod I found, and I've got photograph paper here as well. These are samples and bits and pieces. These are fresh notepads that I've just got in. I haven't actually properly promoted them yet, so I'm going to pop them there. I've pushed this back in. As much as I would love to not have this here, it's so practical. I use this all the time, my trimmer, so it is going to live there. But this is now my unit. Excuse the aeroplane going past. Doesn't that look nice? It looks so much better. I'm so pleased. I haven't actually found anything to put in here yet, so I'm just going to leave it be. I've ended up putting the pom-poms back in there. But no doubt I'll fill them with something. But I think that looks so much better. What do you think? And I love those pink baskets. And they are so cheap from Cherryz. Really, really cheap. I like the kind of like textured baskety look. But they're just a couple of quid each. And I love that colour. Changed my mind. I'm going to use this instead of a colander tray. It's now an order tray. So as orders come in, I'm going to place them in there. It's amazing what a difference just a few cute baskets make, and I'm so glad I pulled out that stuff. I do need to go through these old baskets. I think a lot of it can be binned, to be honest. I think a lot of it is paperwork that I don't need anymore. So it's a good chance when you go through things to pull it out and see what you don't need anymore. I'm really pleased with this. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!